What's up everyone, welcome to Nodes and welcome to part 2 of our KeyCloak series. And in this video we will be discussing particularly about KeyCloak realms. What are realms and what are the features which comes with realms in KeyCloak, and why do we need realms? These are the things which we will be discussing in our video, and I think I would like to keep this video as short as possible, because I think realms there is not much to discuss in KeyCloak realms, but yeah, we will get on to that. Okay, so for now, in the previous part 1 we have already discussed how to spin up our KeyCloak instance, and right now you can see that the instance is up and I can directly go to my administration console and I can just log in with my username and password, which was, in our case, it was admin and admin. Okay, so you can just click on this and you can just sign into your main admin console of KeyCloak. Okay, and whenever you come to KeyCloak, you can see a drop down on your left side which is showing you all the realms which are available in your KeyCloak instance. Okay, so what realms are and why do we need realms? So let's come to that point, that why do we need realms. Okay, so let me just open the whiteboard to explain you guys that what I want to say regarding KeyCloak realms. Okay, so let me open this, and yeah, that was our previous diagram. So now let's create our new diagram. Okay, so let's say for now we are discussing about KeyCloak realms. Okay, so it's KeyCloak and realms. Okay, it's REALMS realms. Okay, so for understanding KeyCloak realms, you just have to understand that realms in KeyCloak means to isolate things. Okay, so realms in KeyCloak is used for isolation. Okay, so if you want to isolate the users, their respective roles, or any other configuration so for that you can go with KeyCloak realm. So this is the main purpose of KeyCloak realm. Okay, so let me explain it on the simplest level, and then we will go to the higher level of explanation. Okay, so let's say I have an application. Okay, and that application is obviously, for now, it's our to-do application. Okay, and again it's a full stack application, doesn't matter whether it's built on React or Nest or whatever technologies, but yeah, it is a full stack application of to-do application. And again, under the hood, we know that this application will be having some users which will be authenticating and authorizing, and for that we know that we will be having our KeyCloak instance. Okay, so this is our KeyCloak. Okay, and for authenticating users, all the users will be kept inside this KeyCloak instance right over here. Let me just make it bigger, and all the users will be available right inside our KeyCloak container, and then this application will be interacting with KeyCloak and will be authenticating and authorizing users from this KeyCloak container. Okay, so that's the concept here. But now let's say you are having one instance of KeyCloak running. Okay, which is this one single container, right? And now, since you are having one to-do application, let's say if you are having another application. Okay, so let me just copy this thing and let me paste it over here, and now this application is maybe some type of ERP system, right? So now, as we all know, that the users which will be using our to-do application will be way different from the users which will be using our ERP system. Okay, so in both the cases the users will be different, right? So the problem here is that how we can isolate the configuration of users with respect to these applications, right? So this ERP will also be connecting with this KeyCloak instance and will be authenticating and authorizing the users. But somehow we all know that for to-do application, the users will be different, the roles will be different, and all the configuration will be different. Okay, and for this ERP application, same goes here. Okay, everything will be way different. Okay, so let me just write this down. Okay, so we know that let's say for now the user for this to-do application is maybe, let's say it's John. Okay, and let's say the role he can have is maybe admin. Okay, and let's say yeah, for now just keep it like this. Okay, so let's say this is the user John, which is having a role of admin in case of to-do application. Okay, but let's say in case of ERP there is someone maybe like let's say user Afaq. Okay, Afaq is the user for ERP, and here the role is different. So let's say here the role can be maybe accountant. Okay, But now, as we all know that yeah, accountant role does make sense in ERPs, okay, but it doesn't make sense in to-dos application, right? So obviously here you can see that things are getting very much complex, okay, because we are having a single instance of KeyCloak and we have to maintain different types of users with different types of roles, okay. So for that, what KeyCloak does is KeyCloak provides you with the concept of realms in which you can isolate users and their roles or any other configurations depending on your applications, okay. So that's one way of using KeyCloak realms, okay. So let me just write this down. So one way of isolation is to, you know, on application level, okay. On application level, we are just, you know, isolating our you know, users and roles based on our application, okay. So this is one way of isolating things with the help of KeyCloak realms. The second concept is on organization level. So let me just make it like this. So on the second concept, we will go with organization level. So in our organization level, things will be way different, okay. So on organization level, we can break things according to the organization, okay. So here we have broken the isolation on application level, but now we will go on organization level, okay. And for that, we can use a simple example. I think that will be more than enough for understanding organization level isolation, okay. So let's say I'm having one organization, and for now that organization, let's say in our case it is Adobe, okay. And for those who don't know, that Adobe is one of the finest, one of the big giants in tech companies, which majority of their products is Photoshop and all that, Illustrator and their video editor, okay. So let's say Adobe is one organization. Let me just copy paste this one, and let's say this is another organization, which is, let's say for in our case it's Microsoft, okay. So we all know that all these organizations will be having their targeted users, right? So all these organizations will be having their users. So let me just bring in the users icon if I can, okay. So yeah, there is users. So Adobe will be having their target audience or their target customers, which will be interacting with their Adobe products, okay. And their Adobe products, let me just mark them down, okay. So let's say it's it will be maybe something like Photoshop, okay. And let's say, let me just make it one more, and let's go with Illustrator, okay. Illustrator, okay. So these are the two products, and these products are the part of Adobe organization. And for Microsoft, let me just, you know, just copy these and paste it over here. And for now, let's say it's Microsoft Office, and let's say it's Excel for now, okay. Okay, I think Office doesn't make sense, so we can make it maybe like Word, okay. So MS Word, and it is go MS Excel, okay. So this is the overall concept here, okay. So let's say we all know that the targeted users who are interested in Adobe products will be using these two applications, Photoshop and Illustrator, okay. And same goes over here, okay. Same goes over here. Those users who are interested in Microsoft will be using their applications like Word, Excel and all that stuff, okay. But now what we are doing is, since we know that a single user who is interested in Adobe will be also using Photoshop and Illustrator, okay. So in this context, we cannot break things or isolate things on application level, okay? Because we know that if a user is interested in Photoshop, so it is a high possibility that he might be interested in Illustrator as well, okay. And same goes over here, okay. If he or she is interested in Word, so he might be interested in Excel as well, okay. So in that case, we can isolate things not on application level, but we can isolate things on organization level. And in that case, we can just bring in our KeyCloak right over here. So it's our KeyCloak, and now what we will do is we will use our realms to isolate KeyCloak on organization level, okay. So this organization will be connecting with KeyCloak, and this organization will be also connecting with KeyCloak, and this will be our isolation on organization level, okay. It will make sense when I will go to the practical demonstration, and I will explain you guys that how things are working, okay. So that's the whole concept here, okay. For here you can see that we cannot break things on application level, okay, because since each application will be having a high possibility that each user will be using both the products, okay. But in this case it's a high possibility that we can break on application level, because both the applications are very different, okay. But in this case, I think majority of the users and roles will remain same over this application, okay. So that's the whole concept here. And let me just zoom it out, and yeah, that's the overall concept here, okay. So now let's jump on to our main console, and let's try things out, that how we can create our different realms. Okay, so let's first create our realm on application level, then we will switch on to organization level. Okay, so let me go to my KeyCloak console, and let's from a master, I'm creating a new realm. Okay, and for now let's say this realm is particularly only for my to-do application. Okay, so I will say to-do -app realm realm. Okay, and you can see that here there are different options. You have to just provide the realm name, and you have to just click on this option that it is enabled on. Okay, and just click on create. Okay, so once you create, you will get this notification that realm has been created successfully. And before going to any further options, let me just create one more realm. And now I will create one more realm. Let's say it's my ERP application, so it's ERP -realm realm. Okay, and let's create that one as well. Okay, and now if you drop this drop down, you can see that we're having two realms. One is ERP realm, and the second one is just to do app realm. Okay, this master realm is by default the main core realm of KeyCloak. Okay, so let's go and create inside this realm. Let's say I want to create a role. Okay, so I can go to realm roles, and here you can see that we are having three different roles, which comes by default with KeyCloak in any realm. Okay, but I want to create my own role for this particular realm. So let's say in our case the role will be different. So let's say I'm having a role of accountant. Okay, and let's say I can write the description over here. So let's say this is the accountant role which can manage accounts. Okay, so that's one my role. Okay, if I save this thing, you can see that the role is created. And now if you go to realm roles, you can see that you are having your this accountant role right over here. Okay, but now since we were talking about isolation, right, you know that KeyCloak realms are somewhat the isolation, right? So let me just zoom into now. Okay, so it's just isolation based on users and roles. Okay, so we know that right now we have created one ERP realm and we have created one accountant role right over here. Okay, but somehow if we switch this to our to do app realm, and now we have switched to our to do app realm, and if you go to our realm roles, you can see that the accountant role doesn't exist here, right? Okay, it doesn't exist in this realm as well. Okay, and if you know that, so in case of to do application, we were having the role of admin. Okay, so in that case we can just create a role of admin here, and this is the admin role. Okay, and let's save this thing right over here. Okay, so now you can see that I have created the role realm role, which is admin, and this is only for this particular to do app realm. Okay, and if I go back to my ERP, and if I go to my realm roles, you can see that here exists only accountant, but there is no admin role right over here. Okay, so this is the power of breaking things with the help of KeyCloak realms on application level, right? So this is one way. Okay, now let's switch to organization level, and I think right now it's now very much clear for you guys that how we can break things on organization level. Okay, so let me just go to our realm settings, and for now, if there is an option to okay, let's make it let's make things very much simple. Okay, let's go to here, and let's say I want to create a realm, and now I want to make things or isolate things on organization level. Okay, so my first realm will be of Adobe. Okay, and let's create this thing, and this now you can see that I'm having one Adobe realm, and let's create one more, and let's say now it's Microsoft right over here. Okay, and let's create that as well. Okay, so now what we are doing is we are breaking things on organization level. So now we are having Adobe and we are having Microsoft. Okay, in Microsoft, let's say we are having a role, and that role can be, let's say that can be of something like editor. Okay, and that role is of editor, and it can edit files. Okay, so it can edit files. Okay, and that makes sense in case of Microsoft, because in case of Microsoft we will be having Word and Excel. So yeah, users can have the role of editing those files. Okay, so we can make that role. Okay, so let's save this thing, and if I come back to my realm roles, you can see that now I'm having those roles of editor right over here. Okay, and same goes with the Adobe, right? So if I switch to Adobe right now, I can go directly to realm roles, and I can just create a custom role. And in case of Adobe, I think we can also let's say can save pictures or maybe something like that. Okay, so save pictures doesn't matter for now. It's just a overall concept I want to explain. Okay, so can save pictures. Okay, and let's save this thing. Okay, So now if you go to realm roles, you can see that you will be having a role of save pictures right over here, and that role doesn't exist in any of the other realms right over here. Okay, so if I go to Microsoft as well, you can see that there will be only the role which we have created as editor. Okay, so that's the overall concept of realms in KeyCloak. And why do we need realms? Okay, so it completely depends on you, that how you want to isolate your users and all the other configuration in KeyCloak. Okay, either you can go on application level, or either you can go on an organization level. Okay, so that's one way of using KeyCloak realms. And right now I think you guys have understood that why we use KeyCloak realms and what are the benefits which comes with KeyCloak realms. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope you're liking my content. If you're liking my content, so do like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video, in which we'll be further jumping to our client scopes and further concepts in KeyCloak. Okay, thanks for watching.